Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Allie, and today I'm going to be sharing something really personal with you. This is my story of overcoming abuse and discovering my inner strength and how my faith in God helped me through it all. My journey didn't start in strength, and honestly, it didn't start in faith either. I was trapped in a toxic and abusive relationship for what felt like an eternity. At the time, I couldn't see a way out. I remember waking up every day feeling like I was drowning in fear, shame, and confusion. Abuse has this way of stripping away everything: your confidence, your voice, your sense of self. I began to believe the lies my abuser told me: that I was worthless, that I would never survive on my own, that no one would ever care for me. These thoughts became chains that held me down. But even in the darkest moments, I knew that deep down, this wasn't the life I was meant to live. Now, I didn't have all the answers, but I did have this little spark inside. The little spark that whispered, "You're more than this." One day, I reached my breaking point. Now, it wasn't this dramatic moment like in a movie where I just suddenly got the courage to leave. It was quiet and almost unremarkable. I had been pushed so far that I knew something had to change. I couldn't keep living in fear. That's when I started to pray, like really pray. I didn't even know what to say at first. I just cried out to God for help, guidance, for the strength that I didn't have on my own. And let me tell you, those prayers didn't go unanswered. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." In my pain, I felt God's presence for the first time in a long time. It wasn't immediate, and it wasn't dramatic at first, but slowly, I started to feel hope again. It was like God was gently reminding me that I was worthy of love, peace, and most importantly, freedom. When you're in an abusive relationship, your sense of self is shattered. But as I began to pray and lean into my faith, I discovered something pretty incredible. I wasn't broken. I was bruised, yes, but not broken. And I had a strength inside of me that I didn't even realize was there. It took a lot of courage, but with each prayer, each day that I trusted God, I took the steps towards healing. I started setting boundaries, even though it terrified me. I started reaching out for help, even though I felt ashamed. Eventually, I found the strength to walk away. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, leaving wasn't easy. The recovery wasn't quick and simple, but every step that I took was one step closer to freedom. And what gave me the strength to keep going? It was God. It was knowing that I wasn't walking this journey alone, that He was holding me up when I couldn't even stand on my own. My faith was my anchor. In the moments where I doubted myself, when the fear of the unknown was overwhelming, I clung to God's promises. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That verse was my lifeline. It reminded me that no matter how lost I felt, God had a plan for my life that was full of hope, not fear. As I trusted His plan, I started to see things change. Slowly but surely, my confidence returned. I began to feel joy again, like real joy, for the first time in a long time. My faith showed me that I didn't have to carry the weight of my past alone. God was there, and He was helping me carry it. And piece by piece, helping me let it go. So if you're watching this and you're in the middle of your own battle, I want you to know there's hope. You are not alone. I know it can feel impossible to see beyond the pain, but God sees you. He loves you, and He has plans for your life that are filled with hope, peace, joy, and freedom. It doesn't matter how broken you feel right now. God is close to the brokenhearted, and He will help you find the strength you need to rise again. My life didn't turn around overnight, but with faith, time, and God's guidance, I found a peace, a freedom that I never thought was possible. And if He did it for me, He can do it for you too. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share my story with you today. If this resonated with you, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel I'll be sharing more about my healing journey, finding faith, and reclaiming my life after abuse. I also want to hear from you. If you feel comfortable, share part of your story in the comments. Together, we can create a community of hope and healing. Remember, you are not alone. Just keep trusting, keep praying, and know that God is with you every step of the way.